Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In today's recipe, I'm going to show you how to make a bhatia chickpeas. Apologies if I have not pronounced it right, the Maharashtrian way, but it's essentially roasted potatoes, which is the dry form, and flavored with some lemon, green chilies, and roasted peanuts. Very similar to the various different types of dry potatoes across India, but has a twist. So without wasting any time, I'm going to show you how to make this recipe. Now to begin making the bhatia chickpeas or the potato stir fry with peanuts, I've already peeled some potatoes and soaked them in water. So this is so that it doesn't discolor itself and it remains nice and white. So to make this vegetable, you have to either shred them in a nice big slicer with thin strips, or you can cut them using your knife into really thin strips. So that's how it's made. Okay, so I'm going to slice the potatoes very thin. Make sure that you slice them thin. Or you can also use a grater, as I mentioned, but I like using a knife. And then cut them into juliennes, into thin strips. It should be thinner than the French fries. Okay. Also, soaking the potatoes in water has another trick to discoloration. It also absorbs a little bit of water in the soaking process and helps in faster cooking of the potatoes. So that's another trick that I use to do for cooking potatoes as well as eggplants. There you go. So now that the potatoes are cooked, it's going to be really simple. I'm going to dice in some green chilies. And our next step is to cook it all up in a pan and make the vegetable in a jiffy. Now to make the bhatia chickpeas, into the pan I'm going to add in some oil. Keep it on low heat. We'll add in the cumin seeds and allow it to crackle. The bhatia chickpeas has a set of very simple ingredients. Cumin, sliced up potatoes, green chili, and peanuts and salt. That's about it. So to this I'm going to add in the green chilies that we chopped and the julienne thinly sliced potatoes. Okay, add in some salt and give it a stir. We added some salt. The potatoes were also soaked in a little bit of water, so it has a lot of moisture in it. What I'm going to do is to now cover the pan and allow the potatoes to get cooked through until it's really soft. We don't have to make them crisp like a French fry. It just has to become nice and soft. So that's what I'm going to do. Take a lid, cover it up, and cook the potatoes on low to medium heat until it becomes nicely soft and cooked through. So we've been cooking it for about 15 minutes. What I did intermittently was to keep stirring it. I sprinkled a little more water so it doesn't become dry, and the steam the water creates helps the potatoes cook as well. So notice that if I just pierce through a potato, it just cuts through, and that's when you know that it is cooked. And do make sure the green chilies are spiking up. So do make sure that the salt is right and is according to your taste. I'm going to keep it at low and proceed to make the next few ingredients ready. So I have here with me some roasted peanuts that are roasted with the skin removed, and I'm going to pound them. I love to add a little more than a handful. I'm going to pound them in a pestle and mortar. And you don't have to make it like a powder, but it's just, closely crushing them a little bit. That's it. So it looks sort of like this, right? Perfect. So I'm going to add this to the cooked bhatia chickpeas and sprinkle it all over. I could add a little more because I love the taste of peanuts. I'm going to add in a few which are just halved as well, just like that. Perfect. And the most important ingredient is the chopped coriander leaves and the squeeze of lemon. Oh yes. Give it a stir. You can also add freshly grated coconut, and that adds a delicious touch as well. And this can be served as a side dish for your main course, or like the dal wangi, or even served as an appetizer for your parties. Just sprinkle some chaat masala and serve it, and your guests will simply love it. That's it. So I'm going to give it a taste now to make sure that everything's okay. Perfect. Perfect tang from the lemon and the crunchiness of the peanuts. Just simply love it. All I have to do now is to serve, and serve it along with a side dish or as an appetizer. Didn't you think making a batiachi kheer was really simple? It's really delicious. You know, I don't make this too often, and I made it for the video, and I think I'm going to make it more often in my kitchen. Do give it a try. And when you do, don't forget to share your feedback in the comments below, and I would love to hear back from you. Until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.